Egypt's new capital city is the new beginning of a better way of living for Egyptians. The population of Egypt is fast growing, and in the next 40 years, it could be doubled. This is the main reason why Egypt is constructing a new capital. The old capital, which is located in greater metropolitan Cairo, is suffering from overcrowding and congestion. Egyptians have a clear and long-standing track record of constructing highly productive towns, and by building a new state-of-the-art capital on an area of 714 km square, the present government leaves no stone unturned in living up to that reputation. The new capital city is being built to resolve the overcrowding issue the current capital is struggling with. It is expected to create various housing and employment opportunities for individuals. Welcome to AfroPage and thanks for watching. In this video, we are excited to take you round the northern part of Africa and shine the light on the ongoing construction project of Egypt's new capital city. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and turn on notification so that you get notified anytime we upload a new video. The new Egypt capital is being constructed from the scratch. As of 2019, there were plans to move the parliament from Cairo. The new capital will introduce a modernized way of living to millions of people. It is expected that by 2050, the capital may accommodate up to 40 million people. The new city is to be located 45 kilometers east of Cairo and just outside the second Greater Cairo Ring Road, in a currently largely undeveloped area halfway to the seaport city of Suez. One has to pass through Suez Road and Mohamed Bin Zayed Axis to get there. In 2015, the Egyptian government announced her vision of developing a new capital city. Cairo has been Egypt's capital for more than 1,000 years of the country's 5,000-year history. But it is about to be dethroned from its position. The construction of the new capital began in 2017 and most government buildings started moving there from as early as 2019. According to what the Minister of Housing said, constructing a new capital city is the only feasible way of controlling the rapid population growth. It will also be a way to eliminate informal housing areas in the old capital. There have been lots of issues surrounding congestion and overcrowding in Cairo. The new city will be a way for some residents to escape the congestion in the old capital. They will be able to live in the streets with orderly rows of houses. Cairo has about 22 million inhabitants. This has led to overcrowding in the great and ancient city. According to Egyptian government, a new city will introduce new employment and housing opportunities as the population will be evenly distributed. At the end of 2018, Egypt's population reached 100 million with only 6% of the land utilized. Moreover, Egypt is the most populous country in the Middle East and the third most populous in Africa, with an annual population growth of 2.45%. If the new city is not built, Egypt will face serious problems in about 40 years, since their current population is expected to double. The new administrative city will eliminate the biggest problem they are facing. It will provide quality standard of living to its inhabitants. It was reported that every new culture will be introduced in order to keep up with the world's development. The vision for constructing the city was announced at an economic conference on the 13th of March, 2015. The new administrative city is located 45 kilometers away from Cairo. Its size is bigger than Singapore as it's about 700 square kilometer. Once the construction is completed, the new administrative city is expected to house about 6.5 million people. With tens of thousands of workers and hundreds of engineers toiling day in and day out, and tons of building material, aggregates and cement pouring in from domestic and foreign sources, the new Egyptian capital is expected to be completed in a record time of 5 years. This compares very favorably with the 85 years that it reportedly took to build the Great Pyramids of Giza. Furthermore, The city will feature thousands of non-residential buildings such as schools, churches, mosques, amusement parks, and so on. It will consist of schools and colleges estimated to be about 2,000 in number. Then religious houses, churches, and mosques will be more than 1,000. The numbers of hospitals and hotel rooms that will be built in the city are projected to be about 640,000, respectively. The amusement park that will be located in the city will be bigger than Disneyland. Its public park will be larger than the one at Central Park in New York. Furthermore, the city will have a green river that is over an area of 6,200 acres, an airport that is almost as big as Heathrow, 6 foreign universities, solar energy farms, and football fields. It will contain a finance center that will house Africa's tallest building. When Egypt's new city was conceived, the budget that could bring it to a reality was estimated to be $58 billion. The city will be a smart and modernized way of living. Relocation of the presidential palaces, government ministries, parliament, and foreign embassies will cost about $45 billion. With over 70% of the infrastructure works for first phase of the new administrative city already completed, at the beginning of this year, the government is set to move 34 government ministries, including the presidential complex. This relocation exercise should be completed between 2020 and 2022. The start of the second phase of Egypt's new administrative capital is underway, its chairman has said. Major General Abzaki Abdeen, chairman of the new administrative capital company, also said there are also plans to implement new proposals in an area of 48,778 acres. Abdeen said the focus is now on attracting international brands in fields such as electronics, computing and electronic services. According to him, the capital is communicating with major international companies like Microsoft and Amazon for the project. There will be fewer residential neighborhoods in this phase, compared with the first phase. The third phase of the new capital will be built on an area of 93,405 acres. The cost of accommodation in the new city may not be affordable to an average public worker. This is mostly because of the development standard of housing in the new capital. According to the policy the government has enforced, the price of land will be controlled every 6 months. The problem of the new city is that it will continue the spatial segregation that is still experienced in Cairo. Low and middle earners may find it difficult to rent apartments in the new city. Egypt's new capital may prevent the poor from living in it, and this may hinder its claim of being an inclusive city. This means the opportunities of the city will be shared among the few privileged citizens. On the whole, there are no favorable policies in place for low-income earners in the new city. Build a smart city in the desert, boasting greenery and luxury housing. Egypt's new city is to reduce overpopulation in the current capital city. Since the population of Cairo will double in years to come, the government is trying to curb and put an end to overcongestion. The new city is expected to house about 40 million people by 2050. It will curb unemployment as various companies will be formed. There would be thousands of schools, colleges, hospitals, industrial areas, and much more. Another benefit of the new city is that it will introduce a developed standard of living to inhabitants. The new city is going to be Egypt's most tech city. The new city will house the tallest tower in Africa, which will be a center of attraction for tourists for the country and the entire continent. Furthermore, the new city will have foreign universities, a mega mall, and a cultural complex that has theaters and an opera house,